Hey, what's going on, people? My name is Terrell Andretti, and I'm the Narc's Nemesis. For those of y'all that are watching me on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. That helps YouTube's algorithm pick up this content and send it out to more people. Somebody liked it for you, so make sure you like it for somebody. If you need a one-on-one phone session, the link is in the description. If you want to donate to the channel, the link is also in the description. Y'all make sure y'all go check out my song Superstition and Masquerade. They are both about my narcissistic experience. Superstition is about me overcoming the experience and triumphing over all the obstacles. It also features a voicemail of my ex-narc trying to hoover me, and I ain't going for it. Masquerade is more about when she popped up after some time and tried to convince me that she was a whole nother person, that none of the events that we went through actually happened. How's my train of thought? Just be cool. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all go check them out and show me some love. But anyway, today I want to talk about how the narcissist rationalizes how they treat you. Now, a lot of times y'all get mistreated and abused by these individuals, and what they'll say is, oh, well, you deserved it because you made me feel like, or I only did this because you X, Y, and Z, or, you know, if you wouldn't have did this to me, I wouldn't have did that. And you're thinking, I didn't do any of these things. Or if you did do something, it was so minute that it's no way in hell that you deserved everything that they done did to you, or everything that they done said. Or, you know, you can do some shit like leave the microwave on. Oh, well, you left the microwave on, so I cheated on you. That don't even equate. So the reason why and how they rationalize their behavior towards you is because they have to see you how they see themselves. So the narcissist knows, and I know a lot of y'all get caught up in this stigma of thinking that they don't know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. It's calculated and it's strategic and it's carried out like a mission. They move with intent. As far as abuse goes, they move with malicious intent, and you are targeted. So if you've dealt with a narcissist, you have been targeted. In the physical and the spiritual, you have been targeted. So they have to see you in a way that they see themselves. Narcissists know that they are no good. Narcissists know that they are pieces of shit. Narcissists know that they are jackass supremes with extra cheese. So do not sit here and think that they don't know what they're doing, or because it's classified as a disorder that, oh, well, they're disordered, so they're not in control of what they do. They lack impulse control, but they are aware of their impulses that they can't control. And they know what they're doing because they give in to the impulse control, the lack of impulse control. So they know that they're dirty. They know they're grimy. They know they're sneaky. They know they're deceitful. So in order to do somebody these things, they have to convince not only themselves, but they have to convince you that you're just like them. That's why they put in your head, oh, well, you're so insecure. Or when you bumped into that guy on the elevator, you cheated on me. Or when you shook that lady's hand, that was y'all's sexual contact, or something like that. They have to convince you that you're just as dirty and just as evil as they are. So then when they convince you of these things by manipulation, gaslighting, and things of that nature, when they can convince you that not only are you as bad as them, that you can possibly be worse than them, or the actual narcissist yourself, this is where you start to succumb to all of these behaviors. This is where you start to feel like you actually deserve to be treated like this. This is where you start coming to feel like I'm not worth any more than this because I'm just as bad or worse as they are. This is how they get inside of your head. This is how they gain control. They have to convince you that you aren't who you really are. And they actually start convincing you that you're them and they are you. That's why you have this stigma in your head about, oh, I don't want to lose this great person. They're so loving. This is my soulmate and this and this and this. No, you are you. They are the evil person. They are the trouble. They just, they benefited off of tricking you out of your spot. See, they want to convince you that they're heaven sent. They want to convince you that they're a catch. All they're doing is talking you out of what you really are and convincing you that they have the same value, if not more value than you really do. Because remember, I told y'all in the video before, the love bombing was actually them reflecting you back to you. So when you fell in love during the love bombing stage, you actually fell in love with yourself. Then when you hit the devaluation stage, they started convincing you that you didn't fall in love with yourself. You fell in love with them. So now there's been a power shift. So now you're not seeing yourself as a great person anymore. You're seeing them as the great person, and they're reflecting their negative energy to you. So now you're surrounded by that energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transferred. So when y'all got together, all y'all did was transfer energy. Their good energy, your good energy went into them, and their shitty energy went into you. And you think now that that is who you are. But I'm going to tell you something about empaths and people, God's chosen ones. You can revive and rejuvenate that good energy, because when you're of God, when you have God's presence in you, you come from you possess an infinite light force. It's your superpower, whether you know it or not. Where no matter how, you ever notice how no matter how bad life gets or how far down you go, something in you always sparks and keeps you going. That is your light. That is God. They do not have the ability to do so. That's why they have to go from person to person to person to person, because their internal is not like ours. They can't rejuvenate because like they're basically like leeches. They need a host. They're parasites. They need a host. A narcissist is only as strong as their host is. That's why when they get through sucking the life force out of you, they want to go to the next supply because they're full of life. Then when they suck the life out of them, they got to go to the next person. That's because they cannot reproduce that good energy from the inside like we can. We don't need anybody but the higher power, and to be connected to the source to rejuvenate our energy. We can do that by ourselves, sitting alone, centering ourselves, and getting back aligned. We can recreate that energy. They cannot. But they have to convince you that you aren't a child of light. They have to convince you that you're not a beacon of light. They have to convince you out of your purpose. So all they do is that they're changing identities, and they rationalize how they treat you by basically saying you're not that good of a person anyway. You deserve this. And you done experienced so much abuse, so much abandonment, so much gaslighting, cheating, and whatever else, you start actually thinking, damn, maybe I don't deserve this. Maybe the way they treat me is how I'm supposed to be treated. And then you start letting them do it, letting them do it, letting them do it. And then you start convincing yourself, because after a while, they ain't got to do no work no more. You start convincing yourself that you're not worthy and that everything they do, you deserve it. You are not them. Anybody who has to bring you down is already below you. Pay attention. This ain't just for narcs. This is for with anybody in life, whether it's haters or family members, whatever. If somebody's always constantly trying to bring you down, you're already above them. And those are people you don't need to be around, because you want to be around people that uplift you and don't feel any malice because you're great. That don't feel any malice because you're a good person, you're talented or whatever. You don't want to be around those people. There are people in the world that will embrace who you are, embrace your light, embrace your greatness, because they're full of the same thing. I'm going to tell y'all another thing. People can only see you as far as they see themselves. So if they don't see themselves ever being successful, you can be as successful as you want to be. They will never identify it in you, and they will never acknowledge it, because they can't see themselves in that way. So anytime they see you, they're going to say, who the hell are you to think that you're better than me? When you don't even think that way at all. You're just being who you are. But because they don't see themselves as like successful, they'll never look at you that way. Those are people you need to get from around. If people see in themselves that they are dirty, grimy, deceitful, liars, cheaters, they're going to look at you the same way. That's why narcissists, that's how they rationalize what they do to you. Because they put in their mind, if I'm a cheater, if I'm a liar, if I'm a manipulator, if I'm a gaslighter, you got to be the same thing. Because ain't no way in hell you just a good person like that, because I don't see a good person in myself. Somebody asked me not too long ago, do I believe in love? And I told them, yeah. And they said, why? And my answer was, because I know I'm full of love. And I know that God didn't just take all the love in the world and put it just inside of me. The same love that he put inside of me is in somebody else out there. So I believe in it because I'm full of it. People can only see you as far as they see themselves. That ain't for just narcs, that's with anybody. So always remember that when you're dealing with people and they just refuse to acknowledge how great you are, and I'm not saying they got to just roll out a damn parade anytime you sneeze, but if people can't see your value, get away from them. Because anything you do is going to be a threat to them. Because when you're elevating and they looking at you and they're not elevating, that's an attack on them. And you're not even aiming at them, but to them, that's an attack. They got to devalue. They got to bring you back down to earth, quote unquote. So you got to stay your ass off they social media. I know y'all ain't see that coming. Stay off of it. I seen you. They all in your damn search history. Get up out of there. But anyway, y'all like, comment, subscribe. If you need a one-on-one phone session, the link is in the description. If you want to donate to the channel, the link is in the description. Y'all make sure y'all go check the music out. Somebody made a smart-ass comment the other day. I got to stop addressing this, but I be having time, so y'all gonna get this word. About the music, and said something about me using vocal effects or stuff like that. Let's see how he sounds without vocal effects. Now, it's always somebody new. The people that been here, they already know what's up. There's a video on here somewhere long down in the archives or whatever, I'm actually singing without any vocal effects. Also, vocal effects, damn near all your favorite artists use some kind of vocal effects if you ever been to the fucking studio. But anyway, I have a video where I'm not using any of that shit. And also, vocal effects does not correct horrible ass fucking singing. If you cannot sing, there's no amount of auto-tune, synthesizing, echo, or reverb you can put on your voice to make you sound awesome. Just is what it is. Also, I use it because I fucking want to. And it gives me the sound that I want. Shouldn't have to explain any of this shit, but I got time. Anyway, if you don't like the music, don't listen to it. I got plenty of people who do. All I'm doing is sharing my story and my experience with you guys because it is a soundtrack to what I went through, and it's possibly a soundtrack to what you went through too. So if you don't like the music, don't listen to it. It's a free country. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all staying off their page. Need a phone session? Link is in the description. One-on-one, link is in the description, all that good stuff. Another day, another way. And you ain't got to listen. But I know you heard me.